Lieutenant Dan ice cream. Every week, right?
Every week, somehow it slips in.
But I have to say, because Sutter's back.
That is true.
Sutter, can you talk?
I can talk, and my voice didn't change after the surgery.
It didn't?
He's so excited.
Yeah. I was messing with my girlfriend. I was like,
You were what
if-
with your girlfriend?
Messing around.
I thought he said wrestling.
I was like, what were you doing with your girlfriend?
And I was like, what if after my surgery my voice was really, really high or something like really low?
Hi, I'm Steven Sutter.
Well, it's already that.
Nah, I don't think he's got a high voice.
Did you enjoy your surgery? I mean, was it all good?
Yeah, I'm happy because now I'll stop getting tonsillitis and I'll be a healthy boy for the rest.
boy.
What do your tonsils do?
I think they're like the first point of your immune system, and they like try to catch bad bacteria. But my problem is the bacteria was building up.
I can't repeat that. All right, we'll just start the show. We're happy to have you back.
I hate you guys.
You got it.
I did get it.
Dude, we can't tell you guys why we're laughing.
I'm sure
But that was funny.
It was funny. Now, yeah, okay.
You can bleep it?
Yeah, I'll bleep it.
All right. All right, let's start the show. We're happy to have Sutter back without his helmet on.
Yes.
All right. Jared Poland, FroKnowsPhoto.com. Welcome to RAWtalk episode 105. To the fifth. To the wall. To the limit. To the limit.
Oh, I was going to say the Lil Jon song.
What song is that?
The,
To the
Sweat?
window.
Yeah.
Oh.
To the wall.
All right, we're calling this What to Do When Your Photo Goes Viral. Real bleeping viral.
Mm-hmm. And you hate that term, too.
Well, I don't like viral, but only when it applies.
So you think this actually applies?
Well, yeah, because this is virality.
Yeah.
Well, virality. Are you viral? Viral? He's busy taking notes. Virality or viral, when things go major boom. Like, I get tired of seeing news shows. Oh, the reason we're saying this is we're going to have Amanda Brewer on. She is not a photographer. She is a school teacher who took an amazing photo with a GoPro that has exploded not so much the internet as much as actual TV and publications. It's just crazy. She is a friend of Steven's, and in turn, I guess I'm acquaintances with her. She's one of the coolest girls to hang out with.
Very cool. She's one of the first friends of mine that you met, actually.
Yeah, she's awesome, and this just so happened to happen. She has a photo that went majorly viral, and we're going to interview her, ask her questions about what's going on, because we've been getting nonstop correspondence between her, kind of like her management, sort of.
Because the thing is, she's not a photographer.
Well, I said that.
Oh, you did say
I
that.
led with
I didn't hear that
not,
part.
but she's a school teacher,
Yeah,
blah,
yeah.
blah, blah. So we're going to have that coming up because she had a photo. I've never had a photo go viral.
Neither.
And she's not a photographer. Yet she had one go viral, but we'll discuss all that coming up. All right. Why don't I do a Lil update first and foremost?
Yes.
I was sitting in jury duty on Tuesday the 7th. Yes, the 7th. Mm-hmm. Not having a phone on, your phone can be on but silent. So my dad called, so I didn't answer it. And then he texted me and he goes, they're taking Lil over to the hospital. They think she had a stroke. So we get to the hospital because I left jury duty. I got excused, which is reasonable. Obviously she wasn't she's trying to talk, but it doesn't come out as well. The left side of her body has the paralysis, the weakness, so it droops. She was drooling out of the side of her mouth. This happened between breakfast and like 10 minutes after breakfast. They said she was eating her breakfast perfectly fine. And then they went over and she was drooling. And that's not something she ever did. She always had control of that.
Yeah.
So they did the tests. It didn't show a stroke the day before. They said it may take 24 hours to show up in the CAT scan. It showed up. She had a stroke. Not good. I'll say it here. When you get to 103, you hope that a stroke kills you.
Yeah.
You hope it doesn't leave you worse off than you already are. Now, she wasn't worse. She wasn't terrible. She was fine because you saw on Saturday I posted those videos. I posted a video. I sat with her. We went to the services together because they had a Shabbat service there, or Saturday service, and she was fine. She was fine. I mean, this is just one of those things. It happens. You have to be prepared when somebody's 103 that...
Any day.
Yes, it's very upsetting, and I was upset. You have to look at it in the real terms, and obviously it's my dad, my brother, and I. We make the decisions because my mom's not here. So we're there asking questions of the nurses, asking questions of the doctors, trying to figure out what's going on. So the next day they realize it was a stroke, and it affected her swallowing reflexes. So she can't really swallow food. So that's like, okay, so how do you get food? So one of the options is doing a surgery to put a tube in, and we're like, well, we're not doing that.
Could she even survive that?
Well, it's one thing is, one, you'd have to put her under, which her body may not be able to handle that. Two, the pain of doing the incision and doing all that, is it necessary just to feed her to prolong, in essence, the inevitable?
Yeah.
So we chose not to do that. The other option is that where she currently stays, not the hospital, but where the home is, they have hospice care there, so they can take care of people. She still will be able. My question was, will she be able to get food or sustenance or something? And they said yes. There is a slurry, some kind of liquidy thing that they can give her. So the only thing we care about is that she's comfortable for whatever length of time she has.
Yeah, with us.
And that's just being straight up honest. I mean, it may not sound like I'm upset at this point. I mean, of course, I'm upset. It's just there's ways of handling emotion. When I'm by myself, or when I was by myself, it was very, it's emotional. It's she's been around a long time, and it's somebody obviously I've known since I was born and had all these connections with making the videos and all that stuff. But so now with my brother agrees, I agree, and my dad agreed all on the same thing, which was the hospice was the best choice.
I agree.
Get her whatever she needs to be comfortable, because her speech was affected, which sucks. She didn't have, she barely hears us anyway, but now to be able to have the trouble speaking is even worse. Not to be able to communicate whatsoever.
And
she
I guess
can communicate.
She can't write at this point.
She couldn't write. She didn't write anymore.
Yeah.
Anyway, but the motors are still rolling in the head, because she was like, could you dab my mouth or blow, help me with my nose? And so I understood that stuff, but everything's just slower. You hope that she goes to sleep and doesn't wake up at some point in her sleep.
And I'm sure, that's the best way to go for sure. I'm sure at this point too, you've prepared yourself at 103. Someone, it's extremely rare to live that long.
You think you prepare yourself, and then you're faced with it, because you sit there and you go, well, when somebody reaches an old age, it's like, that's a celebration of somebody's life.
Yeah.
But it's
a century old. More
it's
than that.
still, it's still somebody that's, we live in you think of euthanasia stuff, right? Mm-hmm. That came across the plate when my mom was dying. It's like, you're dead, but you can't do anything about it.
And you're in pain, and
you know that they're suffering. Why can't you do something? And obviously, we haven't come to that place as a society yet. That allow. There are some states that do allow it. It's about the pain and suffering. I don't think Lil is suffering. I think she's going to be comfortable in whatever she goes through. Mm-hmm. It's just a matter. Not much of a life before, when you're sitting in a nursing home every day, getting wheeled around and eating and sleeping and going to the bathroom and then eating and sleeping and doing the same thing. Just hopefully whatever. That's where I'm at. Mm-hmm. All right.
Hopefully she's okay.
Well, that's the update.
Yeah.
That's what I got. Couple of things to talk about, because you have to transition into something else. Mm-hmm. Nikon-a-polooza is coming up. October 3rd.
Alan Nikon-a-polooza, right?
Alan Nikon-a-polooza. October 18th, which is Saturday, October 18th.
Oh, that's coming up.
It is coming up. That's why we're talking about it again. We're running ads on the Facebook.
I actually saw 3 ads on my Facebook.
Really?
I did.
They're targeted to you. Well, you're within...
specifically me.
You can do that.
Yeah.
You're within the range of... I'm hitting a bunch of states and locations.
Certain mileage and all that.
Yeah, certain mileage. Just because I think it's nice to target people.
Is it someone that likes Frono's photo?
It's somebody who likes Frono's photo or Alan's camera, I believe. And it's not friends of friends. These are targeted ads that are targeting people that live in the certain mile radius or the distance.
And I got them 2 places. I got them in the main feed and
on the side?
Sponsored post, and on the side, yeah.
It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You saw
and
it
on my mobile Facebook app,
right.
too.
So hopefully, the whole point of that is to get people to come out.
Yeah.
Just to come out and enjoy, because what we are doing there, we're doing a mobile RAWtalk. We are going to have somebody spin the Wheel-of-fro for the first time in person, which means I have to take the Wheel-of-fro. I will be moving some merch out there, but Alan is giving away a DSLR, most likely a DX Nikon DSLR. There will be sensor cleaning to the first, I don't know how many people, but that's first come, first served, because they can only do so many, but that's definitely worth it, the price of admission to bring your camera to have it sensor cleaned. I'm assuming it's only Nikon cameras. is what I'm going to assume, being that it's
Probably.
Nikon service that's doing it. There's going to be special trade-in offers.
Still going to bring my 5D.
No matter what you trade in, there's going to be special bonuses. So like bonus dollars for whatever you trade in, you could end up with more to use at a future time for a purchase. There will be a taco truck.
Is that Allen Bucks?
Allen Bucks.
Allen Bucks?
Allen's Camera Bucks. And yeah, so that's Nikon-a-polooza. Come on out October 18th.
Come on down.
From 10 to 3 p.m., there will be an SLR giveaway plus a huge trade-in incentives towards a new Nikons via gift card to be used in a future date. RAWtalk will be from 10:30 with a live Wheel-of-fro going till noon. If you want us to critique your work, bring it on out. We will do our best to critique it, hang out, talk to you, answer your questions, do whatever you want to do. That is what's going to happen there. I have another thing that came in the mail to talk about before you get to your photo news.
Sounds good.
And stuff. This book is called The Haight, Haight, Love, Rock and Roll, and Revolution. This is Jim Marshall's posthumous book. So Jim was writing a manuscript for this book before he died. And what happened is Amelia Davis, who is his longtime assistant, who's now the overseer of all his work, found it, discovered it, and they are following through with what he wanted to do.
That's great.
They created a book. This is about a certain era, a certain time, Haight-Ashbury, that he was able to capture. He just got back from New York. I'm reading it. So what I did when I read it, this isn't out yet. You can get it for pre-sale up on Amazon. I actually pre-ordered it. The funny thing is we ran into Amelia, or she ran into us in Germany at the Leica Hall at Photokina. They had the whole first auditorium because Stephen and I...
Leica's Hall was ginormous.
Huge.
So big.
Stephen and I went over to the Leica Hall just to see the Jim Marshall exhibit. They had a huge freaking exhibit
Beautiful
of his work.
exhibit.
Right when we were about to... when we were walking out, I heard my name. Like I heard Jared. I didn't hear Fro, and that's different because it was somebody who it was Amelia. She recognized me.
Yeah.
We've never met, but we've conversed. Like they had questions. Like
You guys seem like friends. I thought you knew her already, and she was so nice.
I only think we emailed a couple times, but I think I was helping them with something. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was something to do with social media when they started.
It was cool to talk about Jim and to was it the wallet that she had?
Yeah,
too?
she had Jim's wallet.
That was pretty cool.
Which was cool. So Amelia's a long time. She was his assistant, and anybody that knew Jim or has heard any story, he was a guy that was free with his mouth, loved a lot of things, and it was funny because I said some things and she said some things. And it was a great laugh, but it was great to run into her. So when the Haight this book comes to when the gallery show comes to New York. She invited us up.
Awesome.
We're going to she wants to be interviewed.
Cool.
Yeah, she's open to that. So that's going
Looking
to be a
forward to
lot of
that.
time because I never got to interview Jim.
Yeah.
We weren't doing this at the time, and that would have been fucking incredible.
And she was obviously, I guess, the closest person to him.
She was the closest person. I wonder how she handled it.
I know.
You know what she probably did?
What?
She probably gave it back to him worse than he gave it to her, and he probably loved every minute of it. He probably
those kind of
loved it.
people, yeah, you need to give it right back.
Yeah, she probably didn't stand for his shit. But anyway, so this book is out, coming out. It's called The Haight, Love, Rock, and Revolution. Look it up on Amazon. I pre-ordered it. They sent me this one to look at. I guess I get to keep it too. But what I did is I put on a Spotify playlist I looked up Haight-Ashbury, and there was somebody made a playlist.
Awesome.
So it was like Jefferson Airplane and all of these Janis Joplin. And so I was listening to it. I didn't do any drugs. That probably would have been better. But, you know... At some point, maybe, I don't know.
So is it just a strictly photo book? Is there stories
No,
behind it?
There's lots of stories in there.
'Cause I know you like the stories behind it.
There's a lot of stories. So it's taken me a while to read it because it's small, and I was laying on the floor, and I had to bring in an extra light so I could see it because I'm blind.
Yep.
But the photos are great. These are photos mostly that haven't been seen before.
Yeah.
That she discovered about the Haight-Ashbury district and what was going on during that short period of time where everything just exploded, the music, the revolution, everything. And the photos in there are incredible, mostly black and white. There's some Janis Joplin stuff that's in color. And the funny thing is a lot of it happened in San Francisco, and I've been to some of these places. I was like, I know where that's at. I didn't know that he took that stuff there. But that's that book. I would highly recommend that you either pre-order. It's not that expensive for the hardback book, and it's a huge book.
Yeah.
Like size-wise,
It is big.
Look at this book. It's like If you took
there's
your
Janice
pants
right
off,
there.
you would totally be happy to have this. But yeah, that's Janice on the back. Really nice stuff. Really great stories.
And I remember she was saying something like there's still so many images in his archive that haven't been seen yet, and there's probably more.
It says it in
series
the
coming
book.
out. Oh yeah.
It says it in the book. Yeah, that there's so many. She's like, it
So
said
many
there's
unseen
there's a story in there
images.
that says they've used to go through his contact sheets,
Mm-hmm.
and she'd be like, "What about this photo?" And he's like, "Oh, that is a good one," you know. And it's like all these photos that he did that they never saw, but he took them.
Yeah.
So I guess over the years, this is what's going to be great to have an interview, and I want to try to have a closer relationship with them to help them out, to be a part of the.
She seemed like she was willing to do whatever with us. You know.
I know, and I think that would be fun to help decide which images are the ones. Not that I was anything to him other than an acquaintance 3-4 times that we hung out, but I think I have his work, what he did, so similar to I guess I've emulated what he's done without knowing his work.
Yeah.
So I know I've talked a lot about that. Let's get into photo news.
Photo news. So first up, we got there's a new camera app for Android users. It's called Camera 51. Yeah, that's for you,
keep
Sutter.
it down over there, Sutter.
So Camera 51, it basically tells you how to better compose your shot. Specifically, the app uses lines, shapes, and subjects in the image to help you frame the picture by using Android's Phidias engine, which is made up of a bunch of fancy algorithms. So basically what it does is showcases a tiny phone icon on the screen of your phone, which you line up by moving your phone to that position, and then it takes the shot.
I already did it.
It's currently a free app over at the Google Play Store, so sorry iPhone users, this one's not for you. Although they do say an iOS version is said to be coming very soon.
I'm so upset about that.
Did you actually see the preview of this, I guess?
No.
It looks pretty cool. It's interesting to see if it actually works. Like I said, it uses a fancy algorithm that basically tells you all the rules of photography to use when framing your shot, but I still don't fully understand it, but it looks pretty cool.
Did you see that thing about there was an article where a person uploaded 2 images and Google somehow
Composed it?
meshed them,
composited it?
Right. The guy's
And
like, the
picked,
only thing
the arm
is,
out of one, the smile out of one.
this never happened.
Yeah.
And Google's artificial intelligence made this image.
And it looked real. It
did,
looked really good.
if you didn't know what you were looking for.
Mm-hmm. So next up, we have Leica. They put up an inspirational video for their 100th anniversary ad, which recreates 35 of the most iconic photos in history. The tribute video features shots that weren't taken from just Leicas either.
Which is the dumbest
It is. Yeah, it doesn't.
It's
like having a GoPro ad video about the anniversary of that stuff with like a iPhone or something.
not every image was taken with a Leica.
Yeah.
But every image was taken with a Leica.
But I was gonna say the ad asserts that they took the image because of Leica,
Which is so pompous.
It
That's
is
pretentious.
Really powerful video though. Did you see this one?
I watched the video. It was good. It was pretentious.
Yeah, I do. I think some of the scenes they recreated, I don't think it was the best way to recreate the image, but it's still pretty cool to have those scenes in the actual ad.
Yeah, I saw Zach Arias posted. He's like, not every image was taken with a Leica, but every image was taken with a Leica or because of Leica.
Because of Leica,
or
yep.
whatever. And I'm like, and I didn't invent RAW, but I invented RAW. You know what I mean?
I'm sure some of those pictures were taken with Fujis too. You never know. So a camera drone was shot down in New Jersey this past week by a local resident with apparently with a shotgun. He just decided to walk outside and was pissed off and probably
Shotgun man, anybody with a corner in my bed.
he's probably like stooping it up with like a 6-pack of bud and just like gonna shoot me some birds today.
There's a drone up in there invading my privacy.
So he shot it down with a shotgun again. The drone was taking aerial shots of a nearby house that was being renovated. The pilot lost control of the drone after he heard the shots fired. So he traced the shots back to 32-year-old Russell J. Persenti, where he found the shotgun allegedly used to shoot down the drone. He called police. They placed him under arrest and charged him with possession of a weapon for an unlawful purpose and criminal mischief. No word on why he shot down the drone, and he was faced with a $2,500 bail.
Did he get it?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, good shooting.
Good shooting. Yeah, he got it. He
Rootin'
said,
tootin'.
like I said, he lost control of the drone, and then when he actually picked up the drone, he saw all the pellet marks from the shotgun. So.
Buckshot.
Buckshot.
Because I know so much about hunting.
I don't know
because I've
anything
been
about
hunting like this many times. That would be a 0. But I do enjoy shooting guns at targets.
Yeah.
It's like a game.
It is like a real life game.
But I'm not shooting at people, and I'm not shooting at aminals.
yeah.
I'm shooting at fucking bottles and targets and be like, yay, you know.
My dad goes out with my brother all the time shooting, like that kind of stuff.
I'd like to go shoot.
Mm-hmm. I used to, not that this has anything to do with actual real bullets, but paintball used to be my thing back in the day when I was in like middle school.
I still want to. I've never been paintballing.
Dude, paintball's the
fun.
best.
We should do a
It
paintball
hurts,
excursion.
but it's
Frono's
awesome.
photo paintball excursion.
Let's do it.
I'll just
Yeah,
pick
hell
a
yeah.
place and we'll say we're going here and we should go. But I do want to make an episode of paintball one day. Find a paintball expert who shoots photos of paintball. It's like probably need a lot of filters.
Yeah.
Which would be good to get a Hoya if they want to be a sponsor.
Stacks and
Then
stacks.
we get
of
like
filters.
stacks of clear ass filters and try to do it.
And
Lens coats
lens
and
coats,
stuff.
yep.
Or
Tons of
not lens coat,
coats.
maybe lens coat, or you probably would want to use a hydrophobia from Think Tank.
I think that would be definitely the
Smartest
best choice
thing to do.
For sure. So we have.
I think you want a Lytro though.
Hey, if you miss focus, there you go. A photographer named Simon Roberts photographed 24 sunsets in 8 hours by literally chasing the sun in an airplane, flying with an ex-NATO pilot.
That sounds like a John Mayer song.
Oh God!
I chased the sunsets for 8 long hours. That's not John Mayer. That's. I heard a noise a running coming around the bend.
It's like a Johnny Cash
song. That's Johnny Cash. I chased the sun for 8 hours. 24 hours across 8 time zones. I'm like a Johnny Cash. Jim Marshall took that picture.
And that's a classic picture. Didn't you get offered that picture? Or
I could pick any
the
Jim
choice,
Marshall photo that I wanted.
which I think the one you chose is probably something I would have got too. But the Johnny Cash one is probably his most recognized.
Yeah, but
picture.
I think there's a Johnny Cash photo that I like that's even better.
Which one?
It's Johnny Cash in front of Folsom Prison before they go in.
Was that the cover of his one album?
I don't know, but it's like he has a. I'm going to ask Amelia if I can get an original Jim Marshall signed. I have original Jim Marshall, but I don't have original. They're signed, but I don't have the numbered edition ones that were selling for like 10 grand at the time.
I was gonna say I don't know if they'll just give that to you.
No, I'm not looking to give it to. I'm looking to find one that I really want to hang here.
Gotcha.
I just asked Mike Kelly for one of his.
Cool.
To
What
wake
kind?
turbulence.
Oh, okay. So we have, again, he flew with ex-NATO pilot Jonathan Nickel. The pair say they stayed in the same moment in time by letting the Earth spin under them, literally. The project called Chasing Horizons was created for Citizen, who have they have a new watch called
Watch.
the EcoDrive Satellite Wave F100.
And guess what you can say about Citizen? You
What?
ready?
What?
As soon as the Apple Watch comes out, wah, wah, wah.
This is very true. So the watch, it automatically switches to the correct time zone at the press of a button. So they tested it 24 times by doing this little stunt and photographed 24 sunsets to prove it. In the end, the
Okay.
photographer captured all the sunsets between 6:30 and 7 p.m. in that particular time zone.
That's cool.
It was, which was changed each hour, obviously. He then mashed all the sunsets into like a gradient-like image, showcasing all the time zones. There's a whole behind-the-scenes video about it, though, of how they started and how they had to really map it out mathematically and geographically. You can see that over on the website.
Do you know fronosphoto.com/RAWtalk-105?
Correct.
There's this new thing called an iPhone
Oh, I never heard of it.
that when you change time zones,
It automatically does it?
like I don't have to push a button or anything.
That is crazy. Where can I buy one?
Wait, hold on.
Mind
Blown. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. That's not a big deal. It's like
It really isn't.
I'm like, oh my god, you guys are pulling at straws.
And the worst thing is, you have to press the button and then wait 3 seconds.
Why are you
It's
waiting
not
3 seconds? How does it know?
Apparently
Does it find
it's
a satellite?
time? Yeah. So off satellite.
Satellite
damn it.
in my eyes makes me wonder about my satellite eyes. Satellite.
Good old Dave Matthews.
Which one did we hear today?
Which one? What?
Which song did we hear
We
today
heard
in the car?
Crash.
Crash into me.
Doesn't sound anything like that. So after sunsets, we have nighttime, obviously.
What comes after a sunset in the morning?
What?
What happens in
Sunrise?
the morning? Sunrise, sunset.
So again, we have nighttime. A new app, it's called Dark Sky Finder. It helps you find the best spot to photograph in the least light-polluted spots around the U.S. Yes, Jared?
Because I raised my hand, do you have to push a button and then after 3 seconds it tells you the best place to shoot?
You don't. This is instantaneous on something they call the internet. So the interactive website, it features an up-to-date radar-like map of the U.S. And all of its light pollution. Now, if you do live in a big light-polluted city, the map features nearby plot points of decent non-light polluted areas that you can shoot from. It even tells you if there's parking, bathrooms, fees, and a whole bunch more. So it looks like New York City is the worst place to shoot from as far as light pollution goes, and Philly is up there too. And Chicago, I believe.
We have a correction from a couple weeks ago we didn't talk about last week.
I didn't know this.
You remember? Well, I just came to my mind. It was the taking photos in that national park.
Yes. Well, I corrected it on the website.
Oh, you did? What
I
ended up
updated that
happening?
the day of.
Because they corrected it themselves. They put out information.
Yes. Well, whoever reported on it first got it wrong.
Totally wrong.
God, I can't. This is like 3 weeks ago.
Basically, what they said, because I think
What
I
did
can
they say?
regurgitate it, is that if you're just an amateur or a regular person, you can
Yes.
go shoot pictures.
Yes.
If it's for professional purposes, then you're paying $1,500.
No,
End of
I don't even
story.
think it was $1,500. I think it was like a much smaller fee, permit fee.
I
But
don't
yeah,
know.
it was basically only if you were a production or a
I
commercial.
got to get you a new shirt of that.
Do you?
Yeah,
the new
well,
kind.
because I had them correct the colors.
And it looks way better, the correction one.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, this app is very helpful. It's an interactive website. It's pretty cool if you're one of those people that like to shoot the sky at night. We have wildlife photographer Steve Mandel. He created a lion-proof camera housing that he calls the Lion Cam. How original.
Good job, Mr. Mandel. That was great.
Basically, it's his version of photographer Will Berold Lucas's Beetle Cam, another original name, that he rewired, added a new transmitter system, and redid the outside casing, specifically to shoot lions. Not shoot, excuse me,
God.
photograph lions.
Sutter, what are you doing? You playing a game?
I'm
typing
just typing
notes.
all of your notes.
So he can get closer than pretty much any real wildlife photographer can get with a 5D Mark III and a GoPro attached in the actual lion cam. He has a whole behind-the-scenes video about it with his encounter with 2 lions along with all the images from it. It's pretty cool stuff.
Was Simba there?
Simba was not there. Mustafa might have been there.
Ooh, do it again.
Mustafa.
Do it again.
What was the bird?
Timba and Timon?
No, that was Pumbaa and Timon.
Pumbaa and Timon?
The oh god.
There was a bird?
Yeah, the blue bird.
There's a blue bird. Aladdin?
Oh no, it's not a bird. I'm thinking Aladdin. No, there was a bird. Yeah, the bird.
Steven, you're old enough to remember The Lion King.
And then there was
I
also
don't remember
who
the
was
Lion
like-
King.
1995.
Who was the wise bamboo?
I've seen it. I don't remember it.
Not bamboo. Who's the wise like baboon, like the monkey?
That's Rafiki.
Rafiki. Yes. He always had the thing. He would hit you in the head.
I won a big
The stick?
Rafiki doll at a carnival.
Did you really?
Fuck yeah.
Nice.
I brought it home.
Amanda Brewer, who we will be interviewing later today on the show, she has a Simba tattoo. She is like the biggest Lion King fan ever. If you remember, ask her to show it to you.
Where is it?
It's on her foot.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so we have, but yeah, definitely check that video out. Researchers at the universities of Spain and the Polytechnic University of Milan have designed a new image sensor that they say is 12 times more color sensitive than a traditional sensor.
So it's not 10 times, it's
Not 10 times.
12
it's
times
12
more
times more
sensitive.
sensitive. They used transverse field detector technology to give it 36 individual color channels without filters. You know, transverse.
No, it's transverse
Field
field
detector.
detectors.
Yes, that's when,
It's this new technology that allows you to really get 12 times more sensitive images out of any sensor that you code it with. I
does
think
this
it's
work?
it's an emerging technology where the circuitry in the chip is done where it actually has more throughputs than
Okay.
outputs.
Oh.
When you have more throughputs than outputs,
Wow,
you're
amazing.
allowing the information to travel from point A to point B in more dimensions than just one. Because that way you can get more information and more data, thus getting 12 times more sensitivity.
Oh, so it's like Inception, but in a sensor. It's just you're constantly getting more and more colors.
Well,
But
Inception
you're in the same sensor.
is what happens when a man and a woman decide that they want to have a child. That's Inception.
So it makes it way more sensitive than the standard RGB sensors. Now, the researchers say this won't benefit photographers as much as others. They say it'll be mainly used for medical imaging, remote sensing, satellite images, military and defense technology, industrial applications, robotic vision, assisted or automatic driving, and more. What's photo news each week without a Kickstarter campaign, as usual?
Yes, Kickstarter.
Oh, yeah. A new camera that claims to shoot over 10,000 frames per second. It's called the FPS 1000. Sounds like a Terminator. Is now up on the crowdfunding website.
Dun, 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 dun.
That's not Terminator.
Dun, dun,
That's Star Wars.
Dun, 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 dun. Star Wars meets Terminator. The epic battle continues.
You said epic.
Yeah, but that's because it's a movie.
The very small C-mount camera is available in both monochrome.
C-mount?
It's a C-mount, yep.
What's that mean?
It's the small, like Bolex lenses you can use. You know, the
Oh,
small,
really?
Yeah.
Thing looks pretty cool.
So both monochrome and color versions. It's coming in silver, gold, and platinum editions as well. The base model, which is the silver edition, can capture between 850 and 16,500 frames per second video, but it's at VGA resolution, so 640
480.
pixels wide. Yeah, 480p. And below, it features 16 gigs of onboard storage, which is really only about 50 seconds of video.
Whoa!
Yeah, but it also has micro SD memory expandable up to like 128 gigs or something.
Why even waste money on internal at that point?
Yeah, I agree. The gold model, it shoots 200 to 16,500 frames per second. It starts at 720p. I'm sorry, that's not 200. I think it's supposed to be 2,000. Anyway, it features 32 gigs of onboard storage, and the platinum edition shoots 7,000 to 18,500 frames per second, starting at 2560 by 2048 resolution with 32 gigs of storage too. It also features, again, that micro SD card slot with expandable memory, touchscreen LCD display, and price-wise...
How much is it?
It's actually not that bad. Silver comes in at $563. Gold is $1,045. Platinum is $1,600 or $1,608.
I'll take two. Where the hell did they come up with those numbers?
I don't know. And the Kickstarter already reached over double its goal of 20,000 pounds. It's currently at 50,000 pounds, and it still has about 3 weeks to go. So
Yeah, this is one of those things that it's like, wait till it actually comes out. Because Kickstarter, again...
price isn't bad, though. For
the price is for what it is, but it's when is it supposed to come out?
Yeah.
Like, when do they tell you that you may get it? Because then again, you may not get it.
Yeah, I didn't see the fine print as far as when it's going to actually be released. Moving forward, we have HTC. They unveiled their new action cam that they're calling the RE. So the new cam looks like an inhaler.
They should just call it the RIP.
RIP. It pretty much looks like an inhaler or like a
that
a
cool
pepper
looking
spray,
thing?
kinda.
No, it doesn't look. It looks like a periscope.
Or a periscope. Mini periscope,
Butt
yeah.
periscope. Whoa!
but it's
anybody in there?
It's designed for one-hand use.
Really?
I was waiting for a comment from you.
I didn't even get to that.
And unlike GoPro's use of heroes for action cam footage, this is more for the normal person, they say, like for more like selfies and stuff like that, for your average 13-year-old teen. So it features...
Do you know what I would be doing as a 13-year-old teen?
What?
I mean, look at that picture right there. It's almost like scanning your face.
Hey,
Sorry.
don't beat me up on that one.
Dude, he scanned his face. I think I scanned my balls when I was like 12.
Yeah.
He's like, let me scan. Nobody's around. Let me scan my balls. No, really, I scanned my balls.
Oh, my God.
What are you going to do? I had a scanner. Remind me, I want to loosen the wheel today before we spin it because it was too tight last week.
Okay. So this thing features two buttons, one on the front and back with a pair of indicator LEDs. It takes stills, video, and has a slow motion mode. Spec-wise, it has a 16 megapixel sensor, 145 degree f2.8 wide angle lens, shoots 1080p at 30 frames per second or 720 at 120 frames per second. It's only water resistant up to a meter for 30 minutes, so GoPro
How many
kills
feet is that? Do you guys know?
3 feet. 3 feet. 1 meter.
All right, just checking.
Anyway, GoPro is 130 feet, I think. Or
133.
131. No, 131.
31.
131.
Right, it was $1 for every foot. Remember, $130 for their base model.
Yeah, but it was 131 feet. I remember that. It also has an instant on feature too, similar to GoPro, which is actually pretty nice. It connects to your smartphone for a live viewfinder. It can also double as external storage on your smartphone. This thing will go for $200 at the end of this month and comes in white, blue, orange, and teal.
And is doomed to fail.
And is probably doomed to fail, correct. Now on to GoPros, switching things up. So this is the story about Amanda Brewer, who's coming later today. A New Jersey school teacher, her name, Amanda Brewer, actually my good friend, took an amazing photo of a great white shark with a GoPro Hero 3 Plus while volunteering for White Shark Africa, an animal conservation organization. The photo went viral quote unquote, this past week after GoPro used it for their photo of the day, and it ended up being their most liked photo ever. So it then got picked up by Time and went on from there to various news agencies. Another story that showcases just how powerful like a single image can be, even if a photographer didn't take it.
Or on the flip side, how lame the news media is that everything they do has to have a big ass story behind it.
Well, what's funny too is that every single news agency I feel like picked it up, except the photography news
community
agencies.
didn't pick it up.
Petapixel, F-Stoppers, every other website out there.
We'll
nothing.
send it to Petapixel and F-Stoppers. I don't know that they will run it.
Yeah. At this point, maybe it's too late,
but it's a story. It's interesting. It's about a non-photographer having their image go more viral than any photographer stuff goes.
Yeah.
It's just one of those mind-boggling things that happens.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to talk about more about it, but she'll be coming up with the interview, so I don't want to spoil anything there.
Don't spoil it.
On the opposite end of things, though, a man named Mike Fry, he put together a funny video that puts the average GoPro Hero user's footage and compares it to the action-packed fantasy world that GoPro always posts about in their ads. Did you see this?
No. What is it?
It's basically like it goes like this montage kind of sequence where it goes from like awesome, epic GoPro like footage, then to like this cheesy like footage of him just like canoeing, like slow, and then it goes to like awesome skiing footage, and then to like him like walking.
It's not
his dog.
GoPro's fault. GoPro's just selling you the dream.
It's non-realistic dream for 99.99% of us. Anyway,
so when you walk past, never mind.
I wanted to end it by saying, for those that have a GoPro and aren't skiing off cliffs with a parachute or going diving with great white sharks, you're not alone. So, yeah,
you are not alone. I am here with you. Though we're far apart, you're always in my heart. You are not alone. I am here with you. Michael Jackson.
Beautiful.
Hey. Speaking of
that's it for photo
videos, Atomos Ninja Star Contest is still open. It ends November 30th. The video must contain something ninja related. If you want to have a ninja in it, an actual Atomos Ninja Star or something,
a real life ninja.
By all means, that helps. That would be acceptable if you actually showcase the product. But if you don't showcase the product, just have a ninja go and be in it. A ninja. We've had tons of submissions, so we're looking to see yours come in next. You have a good chance of winning if you just submit something good.
Have you seen some of them yet?
Yeah.
How were they?
Nah.
You loved them, didn't you?
Yeah. The first one made no sense. The next one was funny because I finally saw what was going on.
I didn't notice the first minute.
I didn't get it either, but then I was like,
what is this?
Wait, it is a ninja, but how do I feel about it?
But it's because it's a ninja. You can't even like see them. They're supposed to be.
It was funny. It was kind of funny. I'm like, what's that thing? What's that thing moving in the corner? Because I did catch it moving. I'm like, oh my God, something's moving over there.
I honestly didn't catch it until like 2 minutes in.
I did.
Well, you're good.
I did. So we done with photo news?
We are done with photo news.
Because I have another story. I have a thing here.
Okay.
A kid named Nick Prasia.
Oh, Nick.
That's at Nick Prasia. He sent me a message. He sends me he sent me messages before.
What
he
did this message say?
Hey, Fro, I've been shooting for a while now, and word got around school quickly. Ooh. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what happens at school. I'm a junior. Oh, shit. I'm a junior in high school and don't play any sports or do any extracurricular activities.
I didn't either.
Including girls. Either did I. In the words of my principal, I'm a 8-to-2er. Well, fuck your principal.
8-to-2er.
I don't know. That sounds derogatory.
It is.
It
That
is.
sounds
What does that
horrible.
mean?
sounds
That
like
you
you're
that
just
you go
going
to school
and then
only
you
8
leave.
to
That's
2.
it.
You know what, Miss Schmauk? I had a teacher named Miss Schmauk.
Schmauk.
Schmuck. God, that's such a tough name. But you know what? That is terrible. You're giving this kid a complex. Tell him that he's just an 8-to-2er. He does more than just being 8-to-2er. He does other stuff. You shouldn't discourage kids. And by the way, the Book It campaign came back from Pizza Hut.
What campaign?
Book It?
What's that?
You don't remember Book It?
I don't remember.
So in
Refresh my
elementary
memory.
school, there were a bunch of things. You could, like, on your birthday, you go to the principal's office, give her a cupcake. She allegedly, no, she wouldn't molest you. I can't even joke. I can't even joke about it. She would then like give you a free French fry thing to McDonald's slip. So Book It was if you read X amount of pages for your reading class in elementary school, the teacher could give you a certificate for a free personal pizza at Pizza Hut.
Oh, that happened to me in like 1st through 3rd grade.
I don't remember.
Right, that's called Book It. So they were. Man, do you know how good those personal pizzas were for Pizza
were
Hut?
Dude, they are good. They don't
Oh
sell
my
them
God, they're
anymore?
like crack.
They still have them.
Oh, we should
Dude,
go.
Wawa has pizzas now.
Oh,
No, they're actually good. I had one.
They're delicious.
How many preservatives are in
Well,
it?
I'm sure they're not going to be someone for like a health freak like you, but for the average pizza eater, they're pretty delicious.
Yeah.
You got so upset that I called you a health freak.
I'm not a health freak. I just watch what I eat. I
You're
can
a
eat
health
whatever
freak.
I want.
You're extremely picky about what you are going to eat.
I am selective.
picky.
No.
Yes.
No. If
Yes.
somebody goes, Jared, do you want to eat that brownie? I'm going to be like, you know what? No. I'm being selective because I like my abs.
Until we go out to eat and have to go through like 6 restaurants until
That's
you finally
in
like
Germany.
something. And every other
There's
place.
a difference.
Every place.
No, we go here. I've got plenty of restaurants to eat at
The same place over and over.
because I like it. You don't like it?
No, I do enjoy it. It's just I like to try new things.
Hey, you and Sutter. Hey.
Oh, God.
Let me get back to this 9 to 8 or 8 to 2. I've never heard 8 to 2. That is so disrespectful.
I do want to comment though about that because I was an 8 to 2er because I worked. I worked from like 15 on because I had to pay for my cell phone bill and I couldn't get a cell phone until I got a job. So anyway, while everyone else was doing extracurricular activities and that's it, like that was their life, their parents paid for everything. I didn't have that luxury, so that's why I had to do that. Which I look back and wish I did do extracurricular
I personally
stuff.
was too much of a pussy to do anything.
Yeah.
I wish I had friends to like go, hey, why don't we do this together? Why don't we do this extracurricular activity? Why don't you get involved with this club?
Yeah,
I really
the clubs
was
is
just,
what I wish I did.
I wish
Sports,
I did that stuff.
I did baseball, but I didn't do anything in high school.
I wish I did that stuff.
Yeah, me too.
Are you raising your hand? Yes, Steven Sutter.
It's funny how he got called an 8 to 2er, but my senior year, I was probably like an 8 to 12er.
Just cut in school all day. What did you have a half?
I just
Did you do co-op
slimmed my
or something?
schedule down to like nothing.
Took like the bare
Just-
minimum classes.
Every other year,
Just enough
I
credits.
played sports year round. I was in a ton of clubs. And the senior year, I was like, I'm done with this. I'm
Screw
just
it.
screw it.
Anyway, let's get back to this. I'm an 8 to because I really sidetracked that story. I'm an 8 to 2er. Anyways, on the first day of school, I was confronted by many teachers saying they heard the dean of admissions wanted to speak with me. So I went down to her and she asked me to take pictures for the school.
Wow.
To be on the website
That's
and
pretty cool.
pamphlets, yearbook, and other things. Shit, dude. You're a junior in high school and this is your writing?
Oh, I thought you were reading what he wrote.
No, it's just one big paragraph.
Yeah, but it's I don't know. People when it doesn't come to writing a teacher or something, they just act like they're texting. Maybe that's today. Maybe that's
I
how
don't know.
kids
Is this
write.
what you kids do? All right. Anyway, was excited. Yearbook and other things that nature and I, things of that nature, not in that nature. I'm sorry. I'm correcting it.
No,
of
yeah.
that nature. I was excited about it, but I'm at the point now where I believe I should be getting paid to shoot, and that I'm putting too much time and effort into the school by going to many games and sitting on the sidelines shooting, using my own gear and everything. Should I tell them that I'd like some sort of compensation for my work, or because I'm a student, there it's unethical. You know what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's starting to get tough because I shot the homecoming football game and got a lot of great feedback from them. So now everyone on different teams are asking me to come to their games to shoot, and I like it, but it's taking me away from my own personal photography and school and things like that.
And things.
And things like that. So what do I do, you think, Fro? So what do you think, Fro? Thanks. Sorry for the long message. That's one big run-on second sentence. I made it as concise as I could. Did
you write that or did you write that?
No, I wrote that.
You should have a red pen for just constantly
No, I really should.
doing punctuation mark,
So
grammar corrections.
I picked this question because this is an interesting dilemma. Because at first I was like, well, you know, is he going to get paid? Should he get paid? But it's school, but should they be taking advantage of him? Is he working for the yearbook? Should they be giving him some kind of compensation?
Well, it seems like he's already doing jobs too, right?
It seems like he's doing
On the
jobs.
side?
This is a good way to get exposure to turn into actual paying jobs.
It is.
But I don't know that the school is going to give him a paying job. it would be nice if they offered something, compensation, because of all the time that he's doing, or scholarship money. Now, scholarship money could be an option. They maybe put him up for a scholarship. That could be good.
Or like a trade deal, some kind of
trade deal. But here,
referrals and
here's right, or being able to sell the images back, which maybe that won't happen. I don't think, Nick, that you should stop doing it. I think this is a good opportunity to keep shooting. Maybe ask them to buy gear for the school and let you head it up. I mean, especially if you're a junior, why don't you come up with something like, why don't you guys buy this gear and I'll do X, Y, and Z? And you get to use the gear, and then you give it back, and then next year they pick another person who's like the head school photographer kid. Ooh, this is a good idea. It just came to my head. So if you parlay it into something like that, be like, guys, I love shooting for you, but it's wear and tear on my gear, and yes, it's great experience, but you're getting all this free work that you would otherwise have to pay for. I'm not saying you maybe need to pay me. Give me free lunch.
that would be nice.
Yeah, well, give them, because don't they do? Did they do in your school? Did you work off of credits?
I know there were people that would clean the lunch tables after lunch, and they got free lunch the entire year.
Really?
Aren't they lunch aides or whatever?
They were just
AIDS?
Yeah, you didn't have AIDS at your school?
We didn't have
AIDS.
AIDS in our school. Maybe Ebola, but no AIDS. So no, I remember when I was graduating, like senior year, they brought in like swipe cards that you could put credits on.
Yeah, that's how my school was.
I don't know. Maybe they should offer the kids something.
I just remember we had Pizza Friday, and I would always get 2 slices, and it was so good. They probably don't even do pizza anymore, I bet.
It's too fattening, dude. We had a chef.
Wawa pizza.
We had an actual chef at our school, Council Rock. It's one of those.
I'm sure he's a renowned chef.
He was, and I mean, I never bought food. I ate the same thing every day from kindergarten through high school.
Yeah.
I had a peanut butter sandwich, no jelly. I had
It's called PB&J for a reason.
some pretzels, some potato chips, one tasty cake,
I did have it. My mom would always give me a tasty
High
cake.
C orange,
And High C.
or it was originally Tang, followed by Hawaiian Punch, followed by High C, followed by Hawaiian Punch, followed by High C.
Or maybe a Hugs. Or a
Dude, you know how
whatever it's
bad
called.
that sugar stuff is
So
for all of
cheap.
us?
Dude, I was a kid. I don't care. Give me more sugar.
I'm just saying. Anyway, so back to Nick's story, because we keep digressing here.
Yes, we do.
This is a tough situation. I think you just got to lay down some laws or some rules respectfully, because you are going to their school and they are giving you the opportunity to shoot. But that doesn't mean they should use you and abuse you.
Yeah.
They should offer you some kind of position. Why don't you start your own photo club? Mm-hmm. You know, if you
They probably would let 'em.
Go to this is what you go to Mrs. Smith. I'm going to name her Mrs. Kerfluffle.
Kerfluffle.
If you go to Mrs. Kerfluffle, the principal, who called you an 8-to-2er, well, why am I making the principal a woman? Maybe it's a man.
Or it's a woman.
Or it's a woman.
It's a person.
It's somebody named Pat. All right.
Principal Pat.
Oh, that's
Yeah, but I don't think Sutter gets that joke.
I
Do you
get
get
it.
that reference?
I
Saturday Night Live.
I don't
Pat?
get the reference, but I can.
Pat?
Pat?
He doesn't get who Pat
I don't
is. So
get it.
Pat, you never knew if Pat was a man or a... Forget
I mean,
it.
I got that because it's like a.
No, you didn't get it.
I didn't
Google-
get the specific reference, but I know that Pat's can be a boy or girl's name.
So they
Hi,
basically,
guys.
it was like you couldn't tell if it was a man or a woman, so they called him Pat.
And then Pat got a girlfriend named Chris.
yeah.
All right, back to this. So I basically would go to Miss Kerfluffle or Mr. Kerfluffle and say, look, you called me an 8-to-2er. That's disrespectful. Don't say that. Just say, hey, you know what? You know how you're always joking that I'm an 8-to-2er? You know, why don't I start a photo club? And I'll head it up and we'll shoot the photos. But what you guys need to do is pick up some gear for us to use. And that gear will allow us to shoot and not use my own stuff and the wear and tear unless you'd like to pay me something, pay me in some lunch, pay me in some extracurricular activity. That's a big thing in high school today. Did you see that story?
No. Oh, yes, I did.
It was like Louisiana.
the threesome or something.
It was a threesome.
Yeah.
This is not photo related, unless it was a photo teacher. And then I got a story about a dark room with me in it.
Ooh.
Anyway, what happened is there's like a 24-year-old teacher, allegedly, and a 31-year-old teacher, allegedly, that got together and banged a kid.
That kid is like the most epic kid ever.
But see, there's that double standard. There's that double standard that you would just, for some reason, when it's a guy, happens to a guy
No, I
that's
know.
16, we look at it as, it's a guy. And as a girl, you look at it as, oh my God, they took advantage of her.
Very true.
Still, if you're a 16-year-old kid, and you're gonna do that. I mean,
High five. No.
very nice. Oh my God. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. So that's what I would do. I look.
And then you tell them you need a couple 1DXs, some D4Ss,
Be
400
realistic.
millimeter 2.8.
See if they'll offer you some kind of scholarship towards college. You know, if I do X, Y, and Z, college is coming up. Do this, or just start your own club, and you're good to go.
That's the best bet for sure.
Time for the interview?
Time for the interview, I think.
Is it? Mm-hmm. All right. So what we're going to do right now, we are going to get Amanda Brewer up here to do this interview about her photo. Her photo that has gone virally viral, more than Ebola right now. It has more victims. Dun-dun, dun-dun.
That's a good way to put it.
That's a good way to do it. Just amazing. It's an amazing photo, and I think it's partly my fault. What happened? Did you suggest that she submits it to?
You did.
I suggested that initially,
it, and I think I told it. I said it. I told it to her, and then she was like, "Okay," and then she submitted it. But like 2 months went by, and nothing happened.
But
then they finally.
When I saw this picture, as much as I wanted to be pissed off that a non-photographer pressed a button on a GoPro without having a viewfinder and captures this image, made me sit there and go, you know, you have to reevaluate it.
Right place at the right time.
A great picture,
Incredible.
is a great picture. Is a great picture. So we're going to get Amanda up in here to talk about, I mean, she's been on TV.
She has.
She's here now? Yep. Where? She's downstairs. You got to go get her? Yep. All right, she'll be coming up in a minute. But she got to talk to Michael Strahan, but didn't Jason Statham.
She didn't get to talk
to him. She didn't get to talk to him. It was a Skype interview with a somebody else that wasn't actually him.
Yeah, they were on the Today Show.
Good Morning America, Fox News. Screw Fox News.
Inside Edition.
For what
all
reason?
The local news stations.
It's National Geographic.
Photography websites.
No photography website. National Geographic wrote something. So why don't we get her up in here? Why don't we get I almost called her Amanda Bynes. Why don't we get Amanda Brewer up here and hear her story, what it's like for a photo to go viral, being that I've never had that experience of a photo going viral, especially as a photographer. We're gonna hear about her experiences, what the pros are, the cons are, and everything that's happened in the last few days of this whirlwind thing because of this one photo.
Yep.
All right, we'll be right back. Amanda.
Hi.
Hi, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Keep talking into the mic.
Oh, sorry.
You keep leaning away.
I know, it's
Just
very uncomfortable.
Pretend you're like Jaws. I'm reaching in. Oh, that was so cheesy.
Yeah,
it was like
super
being on
cheesy.
Fox News.
Yeah, it was like, no, Fox News was awesome.
I don't like
Don't
Fox
judge.
News. I'm judging.
You're judging.
I don't like. I would be on Fox News. They're probably like, it's so amazing. Were you scared when you were in that shark cage?
He sounded just like that, but he gave me a pound, so I thought he was a cool guy.
And he's white.
Okay.
Oh, I'm just saying. All right. We talk like we're friends.
Yeah.
Because I guess we are friends.
We are friends.
So it's kind of different to interview your friends than normal. So why don't we go into the story just a little bit?
Uh-huh.
Why don't you take us back to the beginning, the summer of 2014, when you went swimming with sharks?
Okay. So
That was such a good lead-in.
that was really good, actually.
And I
You
don't
should
even have
talk to Fox News and maybe get yourself a job with
Could
them.
you imagine a Jewish white Democrat on Fox News?
I could imagine you on Fox News, especially
Right.
your hair. Fit right in. But I was interning with a company called White Shark Africa in Mossel Bay, South Africa. And it's an ecotourism company. They're out there to introduce people to the sharks and hopefully get people to raise awareness for their horrible populations. People are killing the sharks at a pretty rapid rate. So we're out there trying to change that.
So how'd you find out about what they do?
I have been interested in sharks forever, follow a bunch of things.
Was it Finding Nemo?
Yeah. So I contacted Bruce the Shark from Disney, and he led me out there to White Shark Africa.
Well, sounds like fun.
Yeah. No, it was Facebook. I found him on Facebook.
Oh, that's cool. Where you find everybody.
Yeah,
I mean, because
exactly.
you can find almost anybody there. So they run these ecotourism things. What do they do?
It's half and half. So half of it is working with scientists, research and data collection, and half of it is taking the tourists out, talking with them, and also crewing the boat, so making the chum delicious.
Were you a tourist, or were you the
No.
people that talked to tourists?
I was an intern. I was a person that talked to the tourists and did the data collection.
You made the chum?
I made the chum.
So you churned it and chummed it?
You got to churn it. You
What
got
kind
to
of
do
fish
a
was
lot
it?
of churning. It's sardines, right?
Ooh.
No, yeah.
And then you just throw it overboard
Sardines,
and just
yeah.
create that whole thing.
Yeah, you
Because
fill it with some ocean water. You make like a
slurry.
really disgusting iced tea looking substance with chunks in it, and then you just toss it out into the water.
Did you know that sharks can
If
sense
it's about
fear?
sharks, then yes, probably.
They can sense fear.
Yeah, some say that.
The human head weighs 8 pounds.
It's
See, you wouldn't get this on Fox News. No, that was just making some movie references. I'll tone this down and get back to you.
Aren't my thing, to be honest.
That
I'm
was
really
Jerry
bad at
Maguire.
movies.
But no, that when you drop a single drop of blood will draw sharks in from how many miles away?
It's actually the size of an Olympic swimming pool, which is enormous. But there's been lots of studies on it, and it shows that they react to a single drop of blood in a Olympic-sized swimming pool for fish blood. You do the same thing with human blood, and there's no reaction. So
they don't like humans so much.
sorry, yeah.
Well, that's all right. So tell us about your day job first and foremost.
My day job, I teach elementary school in Washington Township, art 1st through 5th, and I love it.
What I can't remember art in school in elementary school.
What?
I don't
It's
really
the best class.
Well, I was very creative.
Uh-huh.
I really enjoyed what we did. I always questioned the teachers, but this is about you.
That's fine.
So you teach.
I teach.
You went to Africa
I went to Africa.
to intern with the great white sharks of Africa, and they take you on a boat.
Yep.
You have your GoPro with you,
Yep.
and what happens?
That day I was in the cage. You're not always in the cage. That day I was. So you're submerged in the water on the side of the boat. You have about 1.5 feet above your head, so you could pop your head out of the water and breathe. You're not in, you don't have a regulator in. It's not a tank. You're not breathing underwater. Just hold your breath and go underwater when the sharks come by to see them, or you just keep your head above water. So I was about eye level with water, GoPro on pole. Shark popped out of the water, caught it in a burst, and the rest is history,
So
as
that's
they
that.
say.
And you're not a photographer.
No, not by any means.
No,
No.
just iPhone. And
I bought a GoPro Steven, as you will call him, Eckert, knows, because I was bugging him a week before I went, trying to figure out how to use a GoPro. I didn't even know what it was. You know, kind of like how I bugged you all day today.
Right.
I'm good for that.
Yeah. But then you were talking about, well, how do I need more memory cards? And we're like, buy more memory cards, buy more batteries, because you told us about this trip.
Yeah.
And when you sent that, when I guess Eckert saw that photo first, you sent it to him, and then I saw that thing, and I was like, damn,
Yeah.
that's pretty
That's
amazing.
a good photograph right there.
Yeah, I had the same kind of reaction when we saw it. I mean, it doesn't have a screen, so I
Right.
had to wait till we got back on land and check it out on the iPad, and it was just like, whoa, look what I did.
So that's one of those things as a photographer, it's like so many photographers go through their careers without ever having anything pop. I mean, we take things that you think should pop, but for whatever reason they don't. And we have to sit there and sometimes see people that aren't photographers take these images and then end up as photographers and getting calls to be like, hey, do you want to go around be our Instagram photographer to support the sharks and travel around the world to shoot marine life?
Is that a job? I want it.
It is a job. It could come along, but would you take it? Would you leave school to do it?
Whoa.
Maybe you could take a sabbatical.
Of course I wouldn't.
if they gave you a sabbatical for learning and education. But so what happens? How did the image end up going viral? Like, what was the first step?
GoPro, a photo of the day. I submitted it the day I took the photo, which was mid-August, I believe,
Why'd you submit it?
because I thought it was amazing. I was proud of it, you know?
Wait a second. Is that how the story went?
I think you suggested to submit it, and then I suggested it to you.
Yeah, I
and
had
then
already
you
done it,
submitted
though.
you'd done it.
I had said to,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
You didn't take already did it?
Yeah, as soon as we got back to the house, I submitted it to GoPro.
Oh.
And then I posted
knew
it on
that.
Facebook, and you guys were like, hey, you should submit that to GoPro. And I said, yeah, I did.
Now,
Oh.
did you ever submit the actual footage? Do they even know you have footage?
Now they do.
Now-
They didn't before.
Do they want it?
Well, GoPro, I don't know about GoPro, but you have that editor buddy I was talking to you about today, Jared, and I feel like we should get that video going and get that out there, because that's just as amazing as the photo, I feel. But it's not edited, so I didn't really put it out there.
Well, they like raw footage. So the thing is, you submitted it to GoPro, through their photo of the day.
Right.
Did you read their terms of services before you did it?
Oh, no, I didn't. How about that?
When you went out on the boat, who owns the rights to the images?
I do. This has been a huge issue because you sign a contract with the company White Shark Africa, and basically I was kind of terrified to think, okay, well now they own this photo that I took and I have nothing, but that wasn't the case at all. And the way they explained it to me was basically if anything came out, like Time Magazine, for instance, was one of the first articles written about the photo. And if they came out saying, hey, this is our photo, White Shark Africa would be the ones to say, absolutely not. We have a signature right here saying that it's ours. But it's mine.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So you own the rights to it.
Right.
They, on their side, can go ahead and use it for, they're going to make a billboard out of it?
Yeah.
What's the billboard going to say?
The billboard has the company name and info to get a hold of them. It's supposedly going right outside the airport there. Mossel Bay is such a small town, and Africa's nowhere near like it is here.
Have they heard of the
here in
internet?
US. Yeah, they have.
Because that billboard's not going to get a lot of eyes compared to what the internet has gotten.
Yeah, that's true. But you know what's crazy is that tour groups that they say come into these airports and they don't have things booked yet. So there's buses of tour groups that come in there and they're saying, okay, we have a group of people and we need to give them something cool to do. They drive 4 hours outside of the airport to go to False Bay to do cage diving when they're 40 minutes outside of Mossel Bay and don't even know that White Shark Africa is there.
Well, holy shit. That was excuse me. Sorry, elementary school kids who may be listening to Ms. Brewer.
You're allowed to say whatever you want. I just, have to have a high moral standing.
While the cameras are rolling. No, anyway, that was a good pitch right there. They should use that. They should honestly wrap buses in that information. Why go 4 hours when you can go 40 minutes?
Yeah, it does
Wait
sound
a second.
perfect.
That is reverse Viagra. That is totally the wrong way. That's opposite.
I'll let them know to word it a little differently.
They need to watch that.
Earmuffs, kids, earmuffs.
Oh yeah, post earmuffs. But no, I mean, it's fascinating what has happened. You submit it to GoPro. GoPro waits like 2 months, finally gets back to you and says your photo is going to be photo of the day. They put it up there on photo of the day, and it proceeds to get, it's at 380 some thousand likes on Instagram right now.
I think it's closer to 360,000 likes.
Well, that's close to 380.
It's pretty close.
That's a lot of likes,
I guess.
but it's done getting likes because it's been replaced multiple times by photo of the days in the past. Current, already happening.
Yeah, and it's still actually going.
But it's still going, but not at the same rate that it was going before.
No.
That's what happens when stuff pops and goes viral, and then it
Yeah,
stops.
you know what's wild though is that it's going from there and going different places and reposts and people picking it up. And now because of being on these TV interviews, I mean, I still can't keep track of my phone. It's like I want to toss it out the window. It's constant.
Talk about this. What happened? Because I mean, I'll come back to the photo in a minute. But so this photo goes on Instagram. Well, let me go into that and then let's talk about that. GoPro contacts you and says, this photo has gotten more likes than any other photo we've put up before.
Ever.
And because of that, we're going to send you a GoPro Hero 4. Hopefully the best edition.
Best edition. They said the best camera we have.
Great. Thank you. That's very nice of them. Now that they own the rights to your image. Let me read that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, well, that was a question. Hey, did you read their terms of services? Have you still not? I read them to you, didn't I, today?
You read them to me and I was half listening. I'm sorry for that.
No, you were. Okay. So remember, when you're submitting images to these places, read the terms of services. Not that changes whether you should submit it or not. I still think absolutely submit it, because if you didn't submit it, we're not sitting here talking to you right now.
Yeah.
I'm probably having sushi.
Aw.
Not shark sushi. Other sushi.
Ew, that would be gross anyways.
Why? I just saw a picture of a shark that got bitten in half and it looked like good meat inside.
It's
Anyway.
the opposite of the work I'm trying to do here.
Yeah, but I'm not. That was a shark on shark crime.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
No, I got you.
Shark on shark.
All right, so this is what the terms of services says. It says you grant to GoPro the exclusive. So bear with me. It's a little long. You bear with me, please. You grant GoPro the exclusive right to the content for 30 days from the date of submission, which you've done. Exclusive option period, in parentheses. During the exclusive option period, GoPro will evaluate the content, and GoPro, in its sole discretion, will have the option to extend the exclusive option period into perpetuity by notifying you, capital, by email, by email to the email address you did. If GoPro exercises a perpetual exclusivity period option, the GoPro will provide you with a promotional coupon code for 50% off 2 items on GoPro.com.
Whoa.
Thanks, guys.
They should
you just
probably
got
delete that part.
thousands of dollars of free stuff, promotion, and that's what we're going to give you. Okay. Redeemed for GoPro Hero 3 White Edition, GoPro Hero camera, or SD card. Limit 1 for customer. Nobody cares about you. You shall not license, sublicense, or otherwise distribute the content to any third party for any commercial purpose. You may continue to post, submit, up. Ooh, that's an interesting line right there. And is that within that time period
Whoopsie.
of the 30 days? It's after the 30 days.
It's after 30 days.
Did they ever come back to you and say that they were extending the exclusivity thing?
No way.
No, so you're following the rules here that you didn't even read that you knew weren't here. Until today when we went over this stuff, because it now comes into play that your photo went viral.
Right.
We don't know that something like that's going to happen.
Yeah.
And you can't really prepare before and be like, well, I got to protect this image because it's going to go viral. Okay. You may continue to post, submit, upload, archive, or otherwise keep the content on your personal website and social media and networking, web pages, etc., YouTube, e.g. YouTube, Facebook, Flickr, and Vine. You grant to GoPro and its licensees, successors, and assign a worldwide exclusive, as set forth above, perpetual, irrevocable, fully paid up, royalty-free, except as set forth in Section 6 below. May I also add that Section 6 below is no longer there
No.
on the webpage.
Uh-oh.
Section 6, it says, has been removed, whatever that means.
Fail.
Right and license with the right to sublicense. So in essence, you gave them your picture.
Right.
They can now go ahead and use it for any of their anything, advertising. They can sell it to other people to use for their whatever they want, and you won't get anything out of it. Possibly you did get a free camera, but it says that maybe you'll get some 50% off coupons.
Great.
That's one thing that it says. But you also have to look at it from the side of if you didn't do it, you wouldn't be on all those interviews. And you wouldn't have gotten all this promotion for the sharks and the people that are blah, blah, blah.
Trying to save them.
Trying to save the sharks. Right. So you're doing, there's a lot of stuff in here. We'll go to GoPro's website for photo of the day and you can read all of this stuff. But that was the main part that I wanted to read, was the fact that it talks about the irrevocable license, that they can now go ahead and sell your stuff. That all to the side. Would that have changed your mind in posting it?
No, definitely not. First of all, I wouldn't have thought that anyone cared too much about my photo. I loved my photo. I thought other people could like my photo. I didn't think it would be as huge as it is by any, like, not even close.
Right.
So no, I never thought I would have gotten money or anything out of it at all. Getting the camera was like, I fell to the floor like, oh my God, this is amazing. And now looking back, it's like, really?
Really, they kind of were like, here, we're making so much money off the publicity that you
Yeah.
created. We're just going to give you one camera, which is nice.
It is super nice. You said a couple times thousands of dollars in endorsements, but I'm thinking a $500 camera that's just come out. The timing is perfect. It's
That's
just
good.
come out. And how many people, 350-some thousand just on Instagram alone, are looking at this photo, and GoPro is tagging it Hero 4. I didn't use a Hero 4. But
Are they really?
They are tagging it Hero
interesting.
4. Yeah.
Oh, what a bunch of crap.
I didn't use a Hero 4. It was a 3+ silver.
Which isn't the top of the line.
No, it's not. It's not even their best camera.
I give up. I take my shirt off. I no longer shoot RAW. I'm going to start shooting GoPro Basic with a Hero 3 minus.
3 minus.
Because it doesn't matter. If a good photo is a good photo is a good photo. Now, people are going to yell at me for saying this.
Yeah.
It's the truth. I still recommend shooting RAW whenever you can shoot RAW for multiple reasons. But a good photo at the right time, at the right place, that pops at the right... You can't deny the fact that that's pretty damn amazing.
Yeah, and I was also doing something pretty unique. Not that many people were in or will be in the place that I was in when I took that photo. A lot of photos that people try to take to really make an impact or a difference are landscape and nature, or even if you're capturing a portrait. But people are fascinated by sharks, so it's different.
It's an unbelievable photo because of the mouth and everything, the way that it's open. So what shows have you been on? So what happened? Take me through the progression of this photo goes on Instagram.
Sunday. It was around noon Sunday. And as soon as I saw it, I got a text message saying your photo was put up. It had been maybe 2 minutes, and within that, it must have been like a 10-minute period. There was 20,000 likes or something outrageous. I mean, it was crazy.
And you had 100 followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
Now you have 4,000?
Just over. Yeah. I think I'm. Yeah.
And you got all of that in like a day too, not even.
Oh, yeah. And the numbers are on the rise. Every time I bring my Instagram up, which is probably every 15 to 20 minutes if I get a chance to, because the notifications are insane, it's like 20 new followers. So it's insane. And then people keep reposting, and then Twitter. I don't even know what Twitter is. I had to get a Twitter. I don't even know how to use it. And people keep retweeting and then following. It's like the internet, man.
Hashtag Amanda Brewer.
Hashtag. I'm a hashtag. You could Google me. I'm a thing.
You really are a hashtag, though.
So-
I think we
so-
hashtagged your name and
Yeah,
searched it.
it's
and
a
it was there.
hashtag.
There's a bunch of people hashtagging.
So how soon before you got your first call to come on TV?
TV. The first was Good Morning America.
GMA for all of you out there.
GMA and
Jima.
And I got that call. It was like 11:30 at night, and I teach school. I teach elementary school. That's like way past my bedtime, but I was up trying to learn how to use Twitter because people kept tweeting, and I don't know what that means. And one of them popped up, and it said, Good Morning America. And I thought, hey, this one seems like something I should figure out how to read. So I did. And she calls me, and she said, we want to do an interview. Your photo's so amazing. We need to put it on tomorrow morning so that we're the first to do it.
And what'd they offer you?
Nothing. Except a Skype interview at 12 o'clock at night.
With not Michael Strahan.
Oh, I love Michael Strahan.
Yeah, well, he's the one who talked about your amazing photo.
I know. I was so thrilled.
I got up and watched it.
Did you?
I
Thank
did.
you.
I was
appreciate
watching it, but see that's the thing. They ask you to use the picture. I'm not saying you should get that opportunity is great to spread the word for your cause. Mm-hmm. And then once that happened, Time Magazine.
Time Magazine had emailed before.
Oh, right. That was GoPro.
You know what
did that.
happened? The same email. GoPro emailed me and said, you have the most likes in GoPro history. Also, by the way, Time Magazine contacted us. So that was the same time. That was, middle of, I don't even know what day it is right now. Is it Thursday right now?
I think it's Thursday.
Yeah. So that was a couple days ago. And then that night, or the next night, is when GMA contacted me.
So there's been a bunch of shows. They keep talking. They ask the same questions over and over.
Yeah.
What has happened with the nonprofit?
Actually, I've been doing a much better job patting myself on the back with redirecting the conversation when it comes to these interviews, because at first they ask, what were you feeling? Were you frightened? The ones that you tend to make fun of. Yeah,
I did make fun of them.
And I felt like I had to answer those questions directly, but now I'm starting to learn that you can answer it pretty quickly and then redirect it.
Oh yeah, it's called the redirect.
Yeah.
And they'll sit there and they'll be like, oh, coming up next, AIDS. I mean.
No, it's Ebola right now.
Oh, no,
which is ironic
remember
because
what I
it's
said?
like Africa, Ebola.
Remember what it sounds like a
not
rap
funny.
song. Sounds like South Park to
Yeah.
me. But remember what I said to you? I said, you're going to go on Fox News. They're going to say, what were you feeling when you were in that cage? Mm-hmm. So unbelievable. Oh, that photo you got was and that was done with a GoPro. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. That was great. Thank you, Amanda. It was great to see you. Coming up next, Ebola and ISIS team up to kill Americans.
It was like exactly like that.
That's what happened, right?
Mm-hmm. But what's great about that is they would say before, like when I did GMA, how were you feeling when you took the photo? And it would be like, oh, it was the perfect moment and I was in the right place and I got lucky, and that's so irrelevant for what I'm trying to do. So now, like today on Fox News, I feel I did a better job of going more towards it was a really thrilling moment because these
this
sharks
organization
are
put me in the right place.
Yeah, exactly, because this organization, gave me this opportunity, and from that I'm trying to build this nonprofit type organization, start a program for teens and make a difference. And
so they're getting a lot of feedback.
Yes. huge feedback. They're so thrilled. I got an email today from the captain of the ship, who is
What's his name?
Philip, Captain Philip.
No way.
And he's South African
Wow.
with the coolest accent. He's like the coolest guy in the world. And, you know, he's not the social media type. So I was told today, they were like, if Christo, that's the owner of the company, if Christo and Philip are reaching out to you, that's how you know you've made it. And I do feel that way.
So they're getting a lot of people that want to take their tours?
Yeah, and the intern program, which is what I did, it's a monthly intern program they do down there. And my program director, Elton, who you guys would probably love, is emailing me saying like, you know, I hate you. I'm up until 1 o'clock in the morning trying to answer emails because it's just like been an overflow of interest.
The unbelievable thing is the amount of publicity that comes out of it,
Yeah.
and the positive effect that you've had for the shark preservation. That is a great thing to do. Now, one of the other issues you've had is there's people calling that want to publish the image. They want to, like, you said Guinness Book of World Records. You said something about Discovery. You said something about other people. But they want you to just give them the image.
Yeah.
And that brought up a debate a discussion you and I had this morning, early this morning.
I'm sorry.
In the 7 o'clock hour.
I was just in my car on the way to New York City.
The car they sent
They sent you to go up to Faux News.
Yeah, so I figured if I have to be awake, then Jared should be awake.
Well, I was getting awake. And you're like, well, I got these people contacting me they want to use the image, but should I be selling it? You know, and that's when you started to get some press organizations wanting to take over the ability to sell that image and syndicate it and get it out to newspapers around the world.
Yeah.
And now you're starting to send people there, and some people are responding negatively to that. But the way I look at it is you're protecting what you have.
Yeah.
Just because they're a publication that gets a global view or is a website, they should be paying for the content.
Yeah.
They should be paying to use something.
Yeah.
Because they're making money off of you. They're making money off of that because they'll put up your video and they'll put a pre-roll ad over it, which I've already seen Good Morning America and all that. There's a pre-roll before everything, so they're making money when somebody watches it.
Yeah.
So giving you something is always nice. So that's why you decided to sign with the images. It's a 6-month thing to let them represent it, and you send people over there. But like I said to you on the phone earlier, is that if you want somebody to use the image, it's your image.
Yeah.
You can allow them to use the image. If National Geographic wants to run the article, or which they already did.
Yeah.
See, well,
which
the other
was
thing
so
is,
weird, but that's okay.
well, it's weird because you said Good Morning America or
Today Show.
the Today Show. What they do?
The morning I was on Good Morning America, you know, I obviously was there watching it, and then people were saying, "Oh, that was so cool! That was so cool!" And people were like, "Oh, I saw you on Today Show," and I was like, "No, Good Morning America." And they were like, "No, Today Show." They sent me the link, and it was my photo up there and some quotes and things from stories that I had given to Time, and I had no idea that it even existed.
This is one of those things. Do they need permission or no? Because you put it on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere around the world.
Yeah.
They can grab all of these things legitimately without having to ask permission or compensate. We got to get on like, well, I don't care what a copyright lawyer has to say anyway. Actually, but it's very interesting that there's articles being written that they use the image, but you've posted it online, which means anybody can go find it on Instagram and share it, or grab the link and embed it. You're just looking to protect the image from publications, not from. You're not looking
to keep it
make
out
a lot of money
yeah.
off of it. It's not about that. It's about if they're going to make something off of it,
right.
they should pay the going rate to use it in a publication.
Yeah, you know what it is? I feel like it's being fair, and I'm a fair person, but the world is not a fair place, and that's where I am right now. It's like discouraging.
All right. Well, how do you feel after 4 days of phone calls, emails, tweets, and everybody wanting a piece of you?
Like I want to take a nap till next week.
What's next? I mean, because we talked, and I told you just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Enjoy the ride. Not that I've ever taken this ride, but enjoy it because it does go away pretty quick. We know this when stuff goes quote unquote viral.
I want the viral thing to go away. I feel like at this point I've gotten a huge following. The following for it to get larger would be amazing. But overall, the goal is to focus on this program that my friend Ollie and I are putting together to get kids out there and introduce them to the sharks and get them into conservation and potentially direct them in a way that's going to put them in that field,
Right.
To make a huge difference. So I feel like the photo has done its work right now. So for all of this to disappear tomorrow, that would be fine by me, because now I have an audience. I have something to stand on. You know what I mean?
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. And I still think somewhere down the road, somebody's going to come along and be like, why don't you go around Africa taking pictures for Instagram and,
Wouldn't
and
that
all
be
that
amazing?
stuff?
Well, that's what I said. Come on, GoPro.
Well, so you were saying that you were kind of afraid to ask these people for things.
Yeah,
like
for
you were afraid
sure.
to ask GoPro. You were afraid to ask Fox. I mean, I would have at least asked for a lot of M&Ms. You know, make sure
They
my car
gave
is
away
stacked.
like scones or something, some
Scones?
coffee.
It's not good enough. But you said
I didn't need it.
You know, you said you wanted something for the kids.
Yeah.
You know, for the kids. For from GoPro. I'm like, then ask.
Yeah.
Say that you want to get kids interested in this type of work. Ask them for 10 GoPros.
Yeah.
They've gotten millions of dollars of free publicity here.
I know.
Off of something you've done. The least you can do is ask.
Yeah.
Hey guys, thank you very much. I'm so happy that you were able to, you know, one, it's great I got this picture. Two, it's great I did it with a GoPro and shared it with you so that you could share it with the rest of the world, and it's really popped. I would love to continue educating kids about sharks and marine life and all of this kind of things. And being that I'm a teacher, it would be great to get a nice setup for the organization in Africa so that they can give them to their students or whoever goes out there. They can put them on the boat. They can put them on the cages and get even more
That would
amazing
be
footage.
so amazing.
So you just ask.
That would be great for GoPro too. Imagine that. I was there for 1 month. I was in that cage.
Hold on.
Okay. Do it. See, I'm always doing this wrong.
Yeah. Believe me, you don't have to paint that picture so exact
Yeah.
for them. All I said is, look, I'd like to take them because are you going to go back?
Yeah, I'll be there next
Because
summer.
they offered you a free trip? Mm-hmm. Do they pay for your
Oh,
flight?
that's
and all?
awesome.
They don't pay for my flight. And White Shark Africa is the one place that I absolutely will not ask anything of. I mean, they were so wonderful to me. They're a small company. They're a small business, you know. But maybe there's ways to get the flight paid for otherwise. I don't know.
There are ways. Stephen and I could go and swim with the sharks and help promote the wonderful organization, Great White Africa.
I said this earlier. You guys have to come. You will love it
Start the
so much.
process.
I'll take you out on the boat. It'll be so amazing.
We would do that.
Yeah, they'll
No,
have
seriously,
you.
we would do that.
They'll have you.
If they have us, how much is a flight to Africa?
My round trip was like $1,100.
We can do it because we can do
not
like
terrible.
a RAWtalk. We've got Africa. If you're in, where in Africa?
Mossel Bay, South Africa, and it's beautiful.
That's in the
And you'll
south
love
of
it.
Africa?
It's in South
South
Africa.
Africa.
I
No
know.
Ebola, no shots, no vaccinations.
Okay, so how many readers do we have out there? We will do a mobile RAWtalk with great white sharks. No, we'll do
In
that.
the water.
You can get in the water and do a RAWtalk in the cage.
I'll do something
the water's
in the cage.
really
we would need
freaking
like
cold.
a boom microphone or something.
An underwater microphone. I'm sure Rode makes it. But no, we're interested. We would
Underwater.
do that.
Yeah.
If you want to do that, we'll book the trip and we'll go to Africa, South Africa, and swim with the sharks. I love that opportunity. But with the GoPro thing, you ask them, say, look, I'm going back next year. It would be great to outfit the entire boat, and here's what we'll do for you.
Yeah.
For giving us these things,
Yeah.
we'll submit some more photos.
Right.
And we'll submit some more video. We'll put a documentary. We'll make a piece of content for it that we'll put out on YouTube that you can go ahead and share.
Okay.
You know, it's tit for tat.
Yeah.
You're getting something, they're getting something, and you go from there. You
You know-
can't be afraid to ask.
Yeah. Thank you for that, because I am afraid to ask, but thank you. It's encouraging, and I will. But I'm a person that has ideas. So when all these things are happening, I'm starting to have all these ideas, and I'm not sure if here's the place to say it because everybody can hear me say it. But when you have these big ideas, it's like, it's what do you do with them? I feel like as soon as you say it out loud, it's not mine anymore. Someone could just say that was my idea.
Well, if you're Jared,
Well, if you're what?
you tell me all the ideas, and then I write a huge list of them every day.
Yeah, because I keep coming up with ideas. Look, you have these ideas. Here's
Have
what
to
you need to
hire
do next.
Steven.
Well, no, you can't. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get this wrapped up shortly. But now that you have these ideas, you're seeing what can happen when things go viral. What was the title of this show? What to do when photos go viral? Real bleeping viral. Something like
We
that.
bleeped it out for the kids.
Thank you.
No, I actually never said it. It was always bleeping.
Aw, I appreciate that.
It's one, it's amazing. It's got to feel pretty awesome to have a photo that's been seen and we get through our heads. I've already come to terms with you not being a photographer, and then it was taken with a GoPro, shot with JPEG, and shot not without looking.
Edited in Snapseed, I believe, right?
It's an incredible
HDR filter. Huh?
I take it back. It all looks great. The water looks amazing. The shark. It's a great moment captured.
Thank you.
Hands down. But now you see that there's a direction you can go.
Yeah.
You can start an organization of some kind. Mm-hmm. What are you laughing at?
I'm not laughing. I'm just happy.
Well, so now it's time, because this is going to end in about a week.
Yeah.
Or two. Mm-hmm. And that's about it. It's what you're going to do after the fact.
Yeah,
but you have to
absolutely.
keep the people engaged. If these people... See, the thing is, you're going to get the people that follow you on Instagram because they want to see more photos like that.
Yeah.
But you're not a photographer, so you're going to take a picture of your dog. You're going to take a picture of...
I have tons of shark GoPro footage,
Yeah.
and we're mapping it out perfectly so that we have enough until we get back there in June. And I have my buddy Ollie that we're working. We just started our sharkservation. Cool word, right? Sharkservation. It's an Instagram page that was just started, and we're just trying to upload photos to that little by little, so people
All right.
want to look at them.
Do you have a website?
Yeah. I don't know what it is, though.
You know,
Oh my God.
Just give out your social media information.
You mean for Sharkservation?
Well, are you... See, my thing is, now that you have these people...
We have the website. It's been paid for. What's that called?
Squarespace?
No. When you get a domain, is that right?
No.
You pay for a
Domain name.
Yeah, sort of. But here's where I'm going with that before you dig a hole.
Yeah, thank you. Because I'm telling you, Ollie's been doing all this because I've just been on television.
I think what we need to... Here's my suggestion. You now have these people paying attention. You should start your own blog, all right? Your own blog that talks about your conservation. You can post your images there. You can post your video there so that the traffic comes back to that. But it also can link out to the Sharks for Africa. Sounds like a song that they're going to start singing
I
one
bless
day.
the rains down in Africa. It's
Well,
kind of a song.
that's Toots and the Maytole.
That's Toto.
Oh,
I was
that's
gonna say
Toto,
that's Toto.
not Toots and the Maytole.
Dude.
Sorry, I got
How do you
Toto
not
wrong.
know Africa by Toto?
I do. I know the song. I got the band wrong.
Ooh, how the tables have turned.
I know, isn't it true? So continue the conversation on your own.
Yeah.
Start your site. If you need a Squarespace site, we'll get you a Squarespace site. So you can go in there, you can share your images, you can share your thoughts, you can start the process to build and cultivate the readership of people that are interested. Mm-hmm. You got to keep going with it.
Yeah.
It's going to take time.
I know.
All right? And that's just something that you have to either want to do or not want to do, because it's what you do after the fact when something pops.
Yeah.
You need to capitalize and maintain the aftermath, because it comes and it goes, but if you don't do anything after and people are just, they don't care anymore.
They disappear, yeah.
They disappear.
I know
So-
that. That's why I'm so exhausted right now.
But relax.
Yeah.
Just do your thing. Talk to people. Talk about your stories and go from there.
Yeah.
Any more TV shows coming up?
I don't even know. I don't think so right now. Oh, you know what? Someone just contacted me, Philly, Fox 29, is that right? Philly?
Say
And
hi to
then-
Sheila Parveen.
Oh, Sheila. I will.
Is that her
Sheena?
name?
Do you mean
Sheena?
Sheena?
Oh, Sheena.
I thought she's
Sheena.
isn't she NBC 10? I don't think she's
I don't know
Fox.
these things. I don't watch Fox News.
Yeah, she's not Fox.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
They
the
just
local
contacted
local
me.
scene is coming by now. It's crazy that it went
Yeah.
national before it went local.
Isn't that weird?
It is
because
weird.
just last night it was on what is that, 6 or ABC?
6 ABC.
Is that the Philly one?
That's the local Philly one.
Yeah. It was on that just last night, but it was Good Morning America and Today Show the day before.
Hey, so it's just one of those things. It went viral. It went pop.
Yeah,
Bang, bang, pop, pop.
we're trying to get to Ellen now. You take me to Ellen.
Well, you take yourself to Ellen.
I'm
Ellen,
trying.
I mean,
Ellen's my hero.
is she?
Yeah, she rules.
That'd be interesting to go to Ellen.
That would be the best to go to Ellen.
Well, did you submit it?
What do you mean submit what?
A story idea.
I don't know. I just keep tweeting her, or at least I think I'm tweeting
Well,
her.
you're tweeting her. You're tweeting her people.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's good. But you should. What you need to do. What channel is that on?
10.
And have you done anything on a news affiliate for that news? Like, was that NBC?
Yeah, I think
Have you
that's
done
Today's
anything
Show.
with NBC? Well, then call your person at Today's Show.
I don't have one. Remember, they just ran my story without telling me.
Well, get in touch with them at the Today Show
Yeah.
or somebody and say, look, you ran this. Hook me up with this. I'd like to do this. You have to ask for it.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to ask for it. They used you. You used them.
Okay.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Any final words? Where can they find more information out about the Sharks?
White Shark Africa, you could find them on Facebook, find them on Twitter, best to find them on Instagram. The Instagram's new since my photo went up, so it looks like they don't have much going on there, but they've been posting daily pics out on the boat. So really, really awesome if you want to check out regular shark encounters.
What is their exact Instagram name?
If you actually go to me, it's AB_Roo, ROO. It's like the third photo in, you'll see the White Shark Africa logo. And I have them linked up in there, so you can click right on them from there. But definitely, they're posting daily photos, and they're amazing.
Okay.
So check that out. And I also have a link in there for Shark Servation, exactly the way it sounds, at Shark Servation. For Instagram, again, just a couple photos in there for right now because it's just started, but we're posting regularly in there, lots of different shark photos.
All right. So thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
So that's that, guys. That is a very interesting story. A non-photographer getting a photo that went extremely, extremely, extremely viral because it is the actual time where I can use viral because it legitimately did go viral. And yeah, what happens, the aftermath? How do you react to it? How do you handle it? What to do? Who to call other than the Ghostbusters to make it happen? And really, it's just a very interesting story to see how it unfolded from somebody that Steven and I know personally. And that's it. Let's be thank you for coming in.
Yeah.
And we'll be back with the rest of the show right after I snap my fingers. So there you have it. Pretty amazing little run that's going on there with that photo. Mm-hmm. It's pretty insane the amount of stress and pressure she's putting on herself for this thing. It's pretty cool to be. Well, we've helped.
Well, it's amazing how much her life has changed in like 3 days.
And how it's going to be over in a matter of weeks. Not her life.
Well, it's almost like, I feel like it's like a when a band has like a one-hit wonder kind of single thing. You never know.
Well, and how do you capitalize on it? And are you ever really prepared?
Yeah.
And can you be pre-prepared for this? Not really. When it happens, you just have to know what to do next. Mm-hmm. You know, take all the opportunities, enjoy it, try to promote the cause that you're doing it for.
I think, yeah, first and foremost, that's the most important thing.
Right, but you still have to protect yourself. And somebody asking you for using it and then giving you crap for saying that, well, you're going to have to either pay for it or if you're going to publicize it, why am I going to just give it to you for nothing? Because you're going to make money off of this because it's all about clicks. You know, like a Huffington Post comes along and they're going to want to be like, it's all about the clicks, no bass. No treble, right?
Something like that. I don't know.
It's all about the bass. It's
Yeah.
probably because I couldn't say ass.
Yes, that is why.
Well, they could have said it's all about the ass, all about the bass. No, I thought the song maybe had no treble. Mm-mm. Is there any treble in the song?
I don't know.
Anyway, back to this.
I think it's a metaphor, Jared.
Yeah, it definitely is.
a metaphor. It's just crazy that that publications out there think that it's okay to just take and not offer when they're going to do well on it because they're using you. It's like going on a TV show. Not saying that she should be asking them for money to go on a show, which is a good promotion for her, but if there's somebody that wants to publish it in a magazine, publish it in a newspaper, they should be paying to do that.
Yeah, but on the other hand, I do think someone for her, like her, it's more for the cause versus the money issue.
Partly.
Yeah, but it is nice to get paid in the meantime.
Well, it is, especially if they're benefiting on the back end.
Yeah.
If they're going to make money off of the ads because
She
they're
should
getting
get
an
some
extra
kind of cut.
ton of clicks, then yes, they should pay a fee to do it. Mm-hmm. But then again, if you put your images out there into the world on an Instagram, on a Twitter, on a Facebook, they're shareable.
And at least GoPro did give her a brand new GoPro Hero 4, which is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. And they got a lot of free publicity.
They did get a lot of free
lots of
publicity.
money. Mm-hmm. All right, let's get on the gear of the week.
Let's do it.
Gear of the week. Right here, yonder in my hands is the Instax Share.
Right, meow?
Right, meow. Why are they called the Instax Share? I thought it was called... I guess it's called the Instax Share. I didn't know
think
this.
it was called?
Well, like Instax Mini still takes CR2 batteries.
Ah, the worst.
The worst. That's why when I buy dildos, they got double A's in them. I don't really buy dildos often. But no, it's upset. It's like when we have the Fronos Photo bobblehead, they wanted to do them in button batteries.
Well, I think it's great that you switched it
to double A's. Mm-hmm. Cost me more money. But everybody knows what a double A is.
Much more user-friendly, yep.
This is the Instax Share SP1.
It's a lot bigger than I thought it was. God, I'm waiting for you to comment on that.
Anyway, so what this is an Instax printer. You can get a battery. The batteries, I think, last 100% prints, I believe is what they said. You put an Instax roll of film.
2 CR2s is 100
It
prints?
takes CR2s. It better be more than that. It better be. I could
That's
be
not a
mistaken.
lot, yeah.
What this is a printer that you can connect to wirelessly, like Wi-Fi. You can take an Instagram photo and then you can have it print on the Instax. And interesting, they told me is if you use the apps for this Instax, there's
Which
an
is
app.
iOS and Android, or?
Well, yeah, I think so. There's an app for it.
Okay.
But there's an app there's two ways of doing it. If you use their app to take a photo, it doesn't save it. It's one time and it prints it.
Interesting.
That's
See,
how they were like.
kind of neat. I think.
You would say, of course, you think
Screw
that's
you
cool.
guys.
I think that's the dumbest thing in the world. Because then they're like, if you want to get around that, you just use the photo app and then you send the picture over and it's saved. Right?
The reason I would want
It's
this
like Snapchat. Come on.
is because, but Snapchat you can save though. You can save the image after you take it.
True.
The Fuji,
True. Are you watching movies again? I love that movie.
The Fuji X100T, right? That
Yes.
connects wirelessly, which Zach Arias showcased when he did his speech at Photokina, which was pretty cool.
What Zach was showing us is
Actually,
from...
it didn't work on him.
Well,
didn't work.
it worked once, and then he needed to get it done,
Like
to
stopped or
print.
something.
But yeah, so basically, he connected the XT1,
No, X100T.
X100T from his camera. He went into the back. He's like, print, send to Instax printer. So that theoretically would work because the everything would be better. So that's what he would do for this, and that was pretty awesome that he could print right from there. Everything is awesome. So that's cool. Or I could theoretically take a picture with my D750, send the photo to the camera, to my phone, and then print
print it
from
out.
it to here. I think it's a pretty cool thing to take to a party.
That is cool.
To take out. If people use their Instax, take an Instagram, you print it on here. It's going to be small, but it's fun. It's cool. It's, I believe, $200, so it's expensive.
I do wish it was a little smaller though, so you can fit in your pocket or something like that and bring to a party.
Yeah, but
Like
the
you
way that
said.
it works, is lasers. Because it
Laser
has to somehow
beams.
etch the photo. It has to expose the paper. It's not ones and zeros anymore.
Yeah.
Yes, it's taking the digital information, the ones and zeros that it's getting wirelessly, and it's then turning that into color, turning that into an image that writes onto the thing. It exposes it to light. Pretty cool. Can we get the wheel up on here?
Let's do it.
Wheel-of-fro.
Thank you. That was very, very lovely, Sutter. So
I
we
do
got
want one of
this.
these. How much does something like this cost anyway?
I told you it was $199.
$199.
I believe. And then the film is what? About 85 cents per shot.
That's a lot of quiche.
Shot. All right, so what we've got coming up now is the Wheel-of-fro, and I got to tell you who we're going to pick in a minute. But here it is, the wheel. The Wheel-of-fro, which is not angled right. That's how it's always
It was
angled.
better the first time.
Yeah, well, it's too far from Jared.
All right, now it's
There you
good.
go.
All right, so what we have on the wheel is the same thing we have on the wheel each week. We've got a Rode microphone. We have 2 Rode microphone spots with gold. I like that, actually. So we use the Rode broadcaster mics right here. I use the podcaster on the computer over there. We also... Oh, I'll just say this. I guess I'll say this. When the video guide, the Frontals Photo Guide, the DSLR video comes out, I'm going to give away 10 of the Rode... What is it? Go?
The Video Mic Go.
Video Mic Goes. They're
Cool.
$100 a pop. I'm going to give away 10 of them to people that purchase the guide, and I haven't decided if it's the first week. So 10 people are going to get that, and there's going to be some other prizes as well for the first week. So I'm just telling you the guys that now.
And
You've got-
what's the fancy suspension name they have? The Lycote.
Oh, that's Rycote Liar.
Liar. That's it.
Yeah, you're a Rycote liar. There's a Fro prize, Adorama picks for prints, borrow lenses, $250. They were nice enough to let me borrow, well, anything I want, including those big-ass lenses the other day. Squarespace. Go to squarespace.com/fro and get yourself 10% off a year of service. Just try it. I use it, and it's 14-day. What I like about the 14-day free trial is that they don't ask you for any payment. They don't ask you for a credit card.
Which every other website.
Well, every other website, they're like,
asks
oh, it's a
for.
14-day free trial. Enter your
Until we
information.
charge your card
but don't
14
forget
days
to
later.
cancel it.
Yeah.
It's like, screw you, I'm going home. I will not do that. Lexar, Black Rapid for the straps, Fro prize, ? Meaning you win anything you want off this wheel except for the main big-ass prize, which is the DJI Phantom, if it lands right in the middle, and we will have to verify that, by an
Taking out
outside
some rulers
source.
and
Yeah, we'll break out some rulers, think tank, borrow lenses, more stuff, and I'm going to spin it to tell you who we're spinning it for. Are we ready, Steven?
let's do it.
Around and round it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows the Wheel-of-fro is going to stop this week on Black Rapid. Woo! Congratulations. We're going to give this one to that 8-2er.
8-2er.
8-2er, Mr. Nick Procia is going to be getting himself a Black Rapid Strazap.
Take that, Principal, whatever you named them.
Principal Schluffenheimer, Mr. or Mrs. Schnuffleupagus.
Schluffenheimer.
All right, so we're getting rid of the Wheel-of-fro, and we're getting ready to wrap it up. Oh, I should have said,
Always
we're
wrap it
getting
up.
rid of the wheel. Guys, there's ladies present. After I already made a dildo comment, you guys only say wrap it up. All right, so Sutter, we were glad to have you back here.
Yes,
Glad
sir.
to be back. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome. Don't forget about the Jim Marshall book. Look up Jim Marshall on Amazon. You'll see the book there. I pre-ordered mine. I think it's $32, but it's an awesome. His
not bad.
work is so damn. I only buy hardback books
Yeah,
personally.
yeah,
and
I
this
would
is a
too.
beautiful book, well printed, great stories. I like what's in it. The gear of the week was the Instax Wheel-of-fro. Thank Amanda Brewer for coming in, stopping in, and giving us some insight into what's going on. Don't forget about Nikon. Don't forget about Alan's Nikon-a-polooza on October 18th, Saturday. We will be there. Will you?
Hopefully it doesn't
Question
rain.
mark? Question mark? Rain or shine? We will be there in the tent eating tacos while doing RAWtalk.
Oh, yeah.
And this has been RAWtalk episode 105. You can find it at fronosphoto.com/RAWtalk -105.
Hyphen.
Dash.
Is it dash?
Hyphen and dash are the same thing.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
Dash and
You
hyphen.
usually always say hyphen.
I do say
You
hyphen.
never say dash.
Oh, snap. I'm kind of out of my wits right now.
You're losing it.
So that's that. Get ready for the Fronos Photo Guide to DSLR video. It's on its way. It's in the final home stretch of getting everything situated
Very
to
close.
get it out. And I think you guys are going to love this thing when you see it. That is going to be a day. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Steven. Thank you, Steven.
Absolutely.
And thank you guys for watching. Jared Poland, Fronos Photo.com. See ya.